Hello, welcome to Boardgame Basecoats, and today we're painting the Mortis Knighthood from the Court of the Dead Mourners Call board game. Now, the figures are color-coded, you totally do not need to paint them, but I feel like the figures don't really pop, they're just kind of a blob of plastic, so throwing on a bit of color I think definitely helps. So let's see the process. So first off, the priming, basically brown from the bottom and white from the top. Next up, the bone color. Now, basically shot the entire figure with this bone color, kind of bringing it back to the original. Now, the Vallejo color I was using was a bit old, so I had to put in some skeleton bone. And as you can see, it's quite thick. It's my first time using it. So basically went 1-to-1, just to make sure that the consistency was smooth enough to shoot. And there we go. So I pretty much shot everything with this color, and there it is. So had thought to maybe make the cape this color, just to emphasize the bone faction. But let's go ahead and move on to the armor here. And wow, my medium here was a bit thick, so I had to really squeeze it out. Didn't want to throw out too much, but I ended up squeezing out too much, so it was a bit too watery. Probably should have gone over this metal a second time, but I did leave it. Again, something for the future if I want to work on it some more. Some leather bits. Now I really want the figure to be quite dark, so I thought maybe to go with a very dark brown, and originally just thought to do these straps, but ended up painting up a bit more of the leather, like on those over his pants or something. And here was the color I decided to go with for the cape. I am going with a certain scheme to help, hopefully, the gameplay. So red for the cape here. It's very bright red, and again, really wanted to tone this down and go a bit darker. So we'll see. Maybe in the future I'll darken these guys up. As I painted that, I thought of a little more brown, so stuck it on the sword there. And moving on. So this is a tin color, and I'm basically using this to paint up all of the remaining metal. So all the decorative bits, some on the belt, some on the sword, a little bit on the bone faction symbol on the shield, and then the kind of nail on his helmet. Finally here is the strong wash. Alright, so this just goes over everything. Wanted to darken it up. I thought to use a black wash, and maybe in the future I'll dry brush everything except the cloth, and then dark wash everything and see how it goes. But that's basically it. Here, of course, I'm going to be varnishing it, and I mix the varnish with medium, or the airbrush medium, and it looks white, but it goes on just fine. I ended up spraying 3 layers because it will be these will be gaming pieces, and there are bases that go on and off. Now, of course, I left it very glossy, so took some matte varnish and put it on the cape. Now, it's not quite dry in these pictures, but it should be just fine. And that pretty much wraps this one up. So I am looking forward to this playthrough, and I hope you'll join me then. Thanks a lot for joining me now. Bye.